Hello! In today's video we will be looking at Elgato's lighting products. We've looked at pretty much all of them, but this is the one we haven't looked at yet. So let's do it. Roll titles! Hello, I'm Kip from KipHates.tv and today we are looking at this. This is the Elgato Ring Light. It's probably the biggest box that Elgato do, and yet it contains the ring light. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to unbox the Elgato Ring Light. We'll set it up. You can see it in action. And then we'll have a little chat about its pros and cons and see how it fares for a £160 ring light. It's a lot of money for a light. Yeah, so let's go over to the table, get it unboxed, and we'll go from there. So here we have the Elgato Ring Light. It is a massive box. It's filling up most of the table. I've had to really lift the camera up high just to get it all in shot. So yeah, let's get it unboxed and see what's inside. So it's got a really handy setup guide showing you how to assemble it and how it all works. So that's that. So what do we have? So we've got the ball head here. That's where the camera screws on. Okay, so we've got the power brick, which has got different adapters for it, which are these. So basically, this covers the entire world. We will need this one. There we go. So there is our LED power driver, and it's whacking out 13 volts at 4 amps and 52 watts. And here is what we use to mount the key light. So this is, for all intents and purposes, just your standard multi-mount, and it clamps onto the desk just by adjusting the screw there. Or you can get the heavy base and unscrew under here and fix it to a heavy base if you want to. Now this is the smaller version of the multi-mount, and it's only got that amount of adjustment in it, which is going to be absolutely fine for me, but it's enough to get it over even quite a large monitor. So that's pretty good. We've got a standard screw head there for tripod, but the Elgato key light actually goes onto this bit. But the Elgato ring light actually goes onto this bit. So let's get it out. There we go. So it's got buttons here to adjust the color temperature and brightness. We'll try those out in a mo. And yeah, this is the bit that the camera mounts onto. I'll just take these cable tidies off. There we go. Or we can just screw that. It's got the Elgato logo here. I think it's made of plastic. It's not a metal, plastic. And then on the base here, we've got the switch that is on, off and reset. So it's a 3-position switch. If you hold it down in the reset position for I think 10 seconds, it resets the light. So we've got the screw head here that goes into the multi-mount, and then we've got the power connector there. So I guess what we need to do now is maybe plug it in and get it set up and installed onto my network. So let's put this on. Go. That's locked in. The Elgato Ring Light is actually the only Elgato light that has brightness and color controls that are manual. All the other lights you have to control it via the app, so it's quite good that it gives you a bit of instant control. I guess because these lights are designed to be quite close to you, so you can just lean over and adjust the brightness, and you can do it like normal through the app. There we go, so that's plugged in. Let's get this plugged into the mains. Okay, so we'll put it into the on position, prepare to be blinded. There we go, that's a nice glow, I like that. Okay, there we go, so that's the brightness controls. That does go up quite bright. There we go, let's take it down a bit. It's got a really nice balanced light actually. You can't actually see individual LEDs. It's very, very nicely balanced. It's hard to sort of see. Oh no, you can see on the camera. There's just no little LED poking through. You can just see a very nice balanced glow. And then to put it into color temperature mode, if you hold both the positive and minus down, there we go, and you can change the color temperature. There we go. It's going to slightly more orangey color now. Then we can take it back to white. Then you just hold it down again. It flashes. And there you go, we're back onto brightness. Okay, so let me just get my phone ready and show you my phone screen, and we can take you through the setup procedure. Okay, so let's go into the control center, and then we click on the cog, and then we need to add new accessory. There we go, it's found the Elgato Ring Light, and we'll click connect. Yes, it wants to connect, that's fine. Now we need to set up the Wi-Fi configuration. There we go, so it's now connecting it to the network. Oh, it's doing something. And there we go. There's the ring light. Yep, that's very much connected. And I'm going to rename it just to front ring light, because this is what I'm going to use from now on at the desk to illuminate me. So let's go back. There we go. Perfect. It's all working rather well. So there we go. It's now connected, and we can use the app to control it, which also means I can add it to my Stream Deck. Now I have heard that the ball heads aren't particularly powerful on the multi-mount, so I would say if you've got a massive DSLR with a chonky lens, you might find that it tips forward a little bit. Now I use the multi-mount for everything. Like, I'm using the multi-mount now to film all this, and I do find that they can handle a lot of weight and strain, but I think if you've got a really massive camera, you know, we're probably talking over a kilogram, then you might find that the balls can't support the weight. But yeah, I think with my setup it should be absolutely fine. So let's get this screwed on. There we go. So that is the multi-mount screwed onto the base, and yeah, we're ready to put my camera on here. Now I actually use a quick release plate for my camera like this, because although more often or not my camera is mounted onto here, and I use my Sony camera for filming out and about and at the table, yeah, I do like to be able to take my Canon camera off with ease. So I'd recommend one of these quick release mounts, and they come with a plate that you can just attach to the bottom of the camera, and you can just quickly take it off rather than having to unscrew it and faff around. It just unclicks, and you can keep this exactly where you want it. So when you come to put the camera back on, it's exactly how it should be set up. Now there's not much else to mention. We've just got the cable management. Those are these guys here. These are cable management clips, and basically they just clip on here, and there's a bigger one to go further down the pole, and the cables just thread through the back there. So I think what I need to do now is get this installed on my desk, and we'll see how it looks and how it behaves. So yeah, let's go and do that. So there we go. That is the ring light unboxed and set up, and I'm using it right now. Now I'm really pleased with it. As a light, it does a great job. I think the way it lights me is really nice. It's really nice and balanced. It's not like all ah. I mean, I can make it all ah. I can just press this button on my Stream Deck, and it's like the fires of hell have opened up on me. Or, you know, I can make it really low like that, or I can just put it back to normal, and there we go. So as an Elgato lighting product, it does what you want it to do. You can control it from your phone or the app, or indeed your Stream Deck, and it does what you want it to do, and you can't complain about that. I do have one complaint, and you might have noticed that I'm not using the Elgato camera mount because it is here. Now, it's okay, but you have this screw thing at the back, and the screw thing basically stops the base from rotating and the ball from rotating when you tighten it up, and that's fine. Now, I just kind of found that because this one knob controls both things, when you're tightening it, sometimes the base can spin slightly, and this, while you're sort of getting this in position, so if the camera's in the right position, it might have just twisted around ever so slightly because this one knob controls both these settings. So what I've done is I've used my newer mounting, which I've actually used on the Elgato multi-mount previously, and that is better because there are two knobs. There's one that controls the camera tilting, and then there's the other that controls the base. But although it's better, it's not perfect, and that's because there's a squishy kind of rubbery washer thing that the thread comes out of. And the squishy rubbery thing, I guess it's there to absorb shock, but it just makes the whole sort of mounting feel a bit wobbly, and you don't really want your camera equipment feeling wobbly. And it's kind of alright for me because this is on a sturdy desk, and if I jump around, the camera's not moving. But if you've got this on one of the heavy bases and you've got a slightly unbalanced floor and you're sort of moving from side to side, it'll make the base wobble and therefore make the camera go whooey. For something that's so expensive, I do expect a slightly better way of mounting the camera than this. It just doesn't feel good enough. And you know, maybe, I was going to say maybe I've got it wrong, but I don't think I have. I mean, I love the light. Don't get me wrong, the light is wonderful and it really lights everything beautifully. And it's great for taking pictures with as well. You know, I took a banging selfie with it yesterday and I was really proud of it. But yeah, I do feel that Elgato have slightly messed it up with this one because I think the camera mount deserves to be better. Let's not focus too much on the bad because, as I say, it does provide a great light and you can control it directly on the unit itself, which is something you can't do on any other Elgato lighting products. As I showed you in the unboxing, you can press the buttons on either side to change the brightness or the color temperature, and that is smart. I like that. That is something that a lot of people complain about the Elgato lighting products, that you can't control them manually. It has to be done through the app or through the control center software. So that is a positive, definitely. But yeah, I think this one I'm feeling a bit kind of like, it's alright, it's okay, it functions perfectly as a light, but as a camera mount as well, I think they need to go back to the drawing board with that aspect of it. But yeah, so not everything in life can be perfect, and for all the Elgato gear that I have, I love it all. But this one feels slightly let down by a not so good camera mounting system. But the rest of it, it does what it says on the tin. It is a perfect controllable light. So if this video has been helpful in any way, then give it a thumbs up. If it's not been helpful, then give it a thumbs down. Or if you don't like me, give it a thumbs down. I don't really care, it's all interaction. and it all helps the channel. So yeah, if you could give it a there, I'd like that. Anyway, that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll be back soon for some more vlogging fun. See ya!